16 years ago, my dad bought a permanent VIP to the game Lord of the Rings Online. Now, him and my uncle played together for a long time, and I kind of played it a little bit, but I never truly explored it, to its fullest. I've obviously played other games like World of Warcraft and such, but I think giving Lord of the Rings Online a full chance might be worth it. Let's explore this game and see what it has to offer. I want to play Man with Big Sword. Man with Big Sword. Man with Big Sword. I mean, it's just gotta be Man with Big Sword, right? I started off the game by making a character. I wanted to go after something that was closer to, that typical warrior-esque archetype. And there was kind of three options for Man with Big Sword, which were the Captain, the Champion, and the Guardian. It seemed like the Guardian was kind of a tank, and the Captain was kind of like a off-tank, like sort of healer slash tank slash damage. I wasn't really sure, but the Champion just seemed like pure, slice and dice DPS, and I think that's really what I wanted to go for. Just being able to run in and wreak havoc and, worrying only about the DPS meters and not whether I'm tanking or healing or buffing or whatnot. And then it also had me trying to select a tutorial and where I was from and all the customization features you could want. And for an old game, honestly, having this much customization was a little bit surprising, and I didn't really know the difference in tutorials. I almost skipped it entirely because I assume I can figure out my way around the game. And I was trying to figure out if the different races or starting areas or your origin would affect the tutorial. It didn't seem like it. So I just kind of sped through this and made a character, and I don't know. I really just wanted to start playing the game. I don't care too much about character customization. The game starts off with us meeting this ranger named Strider, and apparently we're locked in this jail cell, and he was looking for someone else, but he found us, so hooray, I guess. We're saved by Strider for no apparent reason. He tells us we need to hurry and get out of here. We're immediately, stopped by some ruffians, which I thought I was fighting, but actually I was not. He just takes care of himself. He then gives me this satchel with some items that I can use, but I fiddled around with my settings a little bit. And then I noticed that I had some items that I believe are VIP only, so I kind of deleted them because it didn't seem fair. Now I have all this. I'm just gonna get rid of it all. Now I'm not gonna lie. There were a couple mounts in here that I did end up keeping just because your boy's trying to collect some mounts. You know what I'm saying? I want to look cool. I gotta have some my clout out there in Middle Earth, But I did end up deleting pretty much everything else. Reading the descriptions, it looked like there was like fireworks or cosmetics. There was a couple of cloaks. I don't really know, but anyway, after deleting all of this, Strider basically tells us that he's gonna go look for his friend, and we need to continue straight to go find some hobbits that were captured in place of another hobbit that they got mixed up with. So we kind of split off from him here. Okay, let's do this. Bang, bang, easy. Bang. Easy. After making short work of these ruffians, I stumble upon the first hobbit that I'm supposed to save. The ruffians were pretty easy to kill, but again, this is the tutorial, so what do you expect? And then the hobbit that I saved, hey, she's very glad I saved her, but then she kind of goes off the rails. I don't know. What's she gonna do? Fire? Uh-oh. Yeet! Yeah, she literally just sets this building on fire to distract some of the ruffians so that we can save the next hobbit. I mean, honestly, I think I could have just taken care of him myself, but I guess just burning down their entire village works too. We make quick work of this guy, and then the hobbit we save here, I don't know if grateful is the right word, but he's alive. It's about time you got here? Alright, okay. Yeah, that guy was not very grateful for us having saved his life, but that's okay. We continue on to find kind of something crazy going on. I really don't even know.
Go back to the shadow.
Oh, that's one of the dudes. Get him on his horse.
This is where we find Strider's friend, the one he was looking for earlier. His name is Amdir, and apparently he's wounded by this Black Rider, who I'm assuming is like the Nazgul from like the Lord of the Rings. And I'm assuming he was looking for Frodo Baggins, not this other ungrateful guy. So I think this is kind of where our story starts. Obviously, tutorial where the story starts, but I also noticed that the flames were kind of getting crazy.
This fire really got out of control here. She actually like did a war crime. Like she actually burned down this whole village.
So this was the end of the tutorial. You know, you learned how to fight a little bit. You learned how to kind of do the quest, how to interact with the people. Amdir is wounded, and we need to run off into the wood to the nearby town of Archet. And then we get this quick little cutscene to kind of catch us up story-wise of the in-between.
Wounded by a Black Rider, the ranger Amdir escaped with his charges into the wild, making his way back to the village of Archet.
There, Captain Brackenbrook, a retired sellsword, has allowed Strider and his companions to stay and take respite from their cares.
So we wake up in this new town of Archet, where apparently we're going to meet Captain Brackenbrook, maybe some people in the town. This hobbit that we saved is worried about Amdir, the one that was hit by the guy on the horse. So she asks us to go check on him. He's doing fine. Strider tells us that he thinks the town is going to be attacked by those ruffians we were fighting earlier, but the captain does not believe him. But most importantly, we got our first piece of loot. Come on.
What do you know about that new chest plate? Bang. Ugh. You know, I mean, honestly, it's better. It's better. But it's a little ugly. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little ugly. That's okay.
So immediately after talking to Captain Brackenbrook, he does actually not believe us that the town will be attacked. And so he asks us to go around and ask the people of the town if they think they're in danger, which all of them do not think they're in danger, and they fully trust the captain. And that's when I actually noticed this.
Oh, Burrows, he took my name, brother. What up, dog? / dap up.
Yeah, that's right. We found a hobbit with our name. I thought that was pretty awesome, so I tried to / dap him up, and apparently that's not a thing in this game. I guess that's to be expected. They don't have dapping up in Middle Earth, but I think we can make it happen. We can really make it part of the culture. So after finishing up this quest, I actually hit level 2.
New gloves.
Before you try to
Level
learn
2.
what skills you may from the trainer.
Big.
Now, this is the point in the game where at level 2, so early in the game, you start choosing your specialization. And honestly, this was kind of shocking. I didn't think I was going to be choosing a specialization so early. I'm pretty familiar with the concept of, trait trees and specializations, but usually it's not a thing you get until like level 10 at least. So getting it at level 2 is a little bit shocking. It seemed like my 3 options were some sort of defensive spec, single target, and then AoE. And I figured AoE would be best so I could just kind of like run into areas and take out a group at a time. Then I also headed over to my trainer where he gave me a quest to try out my abilities, and he gave me some cool weapons to look at.
Should I get the dagger? Or the axe? The mace? Probably just the dagger.
After training with my trainer and getting some new weapons, I am finally able to get a quest where I will be leaving the town for the first time, so that's exciting. Strider wants me to get some Kingsfoil plants for Amdir's wounds, as well as ask Captain Brackenbrook if he needs anything. Captain Brackenbrook asked me to talk to Calder Cobb, who is his most favorite person ever, and Calder Cobb says he wants us to go to Branwee's Folly, which is also where the plants are, and kill some wolves and then investigate the top of Branwee's Folly.
Let's get this plant. Yoink. Kill some wolves. I wonder how long I'm gonna like one-shot stuff for. Like, stuff is not hard to kill at all.
After gathering all the plants and killing all the wolves pretty easily, I mean it is still kind of the tutorial, so hopefully it'll get harder later, we make our way to the top of the folly and we find out that Calder Cobb has actually set us up to be ambushed.
Summon the offender. Calder Cobb told me you'd be paying me a visit. Really sorry for sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Or I'll just murder you.
After learning about this ambush, we run back to Calder Cobb to confront him, and he basically tells us, you better leave or you're gonna die along with the rest of the town, and that Captain Brackenbrook is an idiot. Also, we hit level 3.
So we are under attack, huh? Okay, Calder Cobb. We'll see about that.
After putting in my last trait for the day, I decided to go ahead and call it quits as I've gotten a general basis for the game so far, and I just kind of wanted to stop here as it seemed like it was a good stopping point where we've learned a bit of the twist in the story. So definitely stay tuned for next time when we find out what exactly Calder Cobb's plans are and if we can get Captain Brackenbrook to actually believe us that the town will be attacked.
Calder Cobb is betraying the people of Archet. What will happen next? I don't know. We'll have to see.